UFC Vancouver, Shawnee Mack will full send MMA next to the honorary Canadian, Mr. Brendan Allen, this weekend. And I'll start off with this. Where were you when you got the call to take this main event?
Man, that's a long answer. It was kind of a process. So I started on like a Monday or Tuesday. Then by like Thursday or Friday, we kind of had like a better direction that it was favoring me. And then by Sunday night, I was at home. I just had dinner with my family, and the phone rang, and they said it's 100%. So that's Sunday night. Monday morning, we pack and drive to Chicago and start camp. So, yeah, it was just kind of like a little bit of a process, a little bit length of kind of waiting to see, like, is it going to favor me, between me and Paulo? And then it started favoring my direction. And a couple days later, they came back and said it was 100%. So.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Paulo Costa for not wanting to take the stipulations, I guess, right?
Yeah, man, I guess you got stroke when you got a big following. I can just fight. My following's not like that. But, yeah, man, shout out to Paulo, I guess.
I don't think it had anything to do with the following. I mean, they can talk, the money and the following and this and that. Like, I think it had to do with the 5 rounds and the catch weight.
No, but why would you go to Paulo because of his following? He can put asses in the seat. You come to me because I can put on a banger of a fight. Like, I'm going to fight. So I think that's kind of like where we at, where it was. Paulo can put asses in the seat with his following, but Brendan can put on a fight. I don't have the same following, but I can put on a fight, and I'm going to come to fight. So needless to say, you got Brendan, and there's going to be a hell of a fight on Saturday night.
Yeah, and I mean, what better way to up that following? Like, I know you've talked about it in the past. You said, hey, man, my social media, whatever, for whatever reason, it isn't as big as it is, but it comes with time. You know what I mean? We've seen it in MMA how many times? All it takes is, like, that one moment for everybody to know who you are, and all of a sudden you blow up overnight.
For sure. I probably could have put more energy, effort, or, got guys like my guy Chandler and everyone else that we've had this camp to help up it. But I just never, honestly, at the time, maybe I was young, maybe I was a little ignorant. I didn't put a whole lot of effort and knowledge into that to know like what it can bring and what it can do for your brand and what building a brand can even do for you. So I focused more on just fighting at that time, and I didn't really care for too many things else. I didn't want to do anything extra outside of fighting. But now the landscape of fighting has changed. It's very political and a little bit older, a little bit wiser. And, so now I'll put a little bit of energy into it, but obviously the majority of the energy goes all into fighting.
I mean, all into fighting.
Yeah, you like that, huh? That was good.
Let me relate this back to the whole social media thing, because there was a clip yesterday, and I mean this like most respectful way possible, right? So you get on camera and you say to RDR, you say, it doesn't matter what happens because I'm going to knock him out on Saturday anyways, right? Mm-hmm. Hands are feeling good is what I'm referring to, because like most of your wins in the UFC are by submission, right? So what did you see in RDR that has you convinced that it's going to be the hands that finish him this weekend and not a submission? I
mean, most of my submissions come from me hurting the guy first. Like, most of them are rocked or just want a way out, so they kind of give it to me. If that happens, then great. Like, I'm not gonna wait longer to get a TKO or a knockout because I don't want the submission. Yeah. I'm not picky, man. I'm trying to get out of there. I'm trying to get out of there, go get my check, and go home to my family. But I just don't feel he can handle the punishment that I'm going to be able to give to him. And I think I'm too good everywhere it goes, especially when I'm sharp, when I'm on, when I'm focused. Like, he's never fought a guy like me, and I'm going to show that on Saturday.
So what do you think the biggest difference is then? Because like you said, you kind of opened up a little bit about the losses in the past, and you said, hey, maybe at this moment in time, I'm not as good as I thought I was at this point in my career. Now you say, I'm on, it's, I'm just going to show that I'm a different level above this guy. So in that time span, obviously we had the fight with Marvin Vettori. That one got you back on track. What do you think the biggest improvement has been that's got you to this level where you're confident enough that you can take out RDR this weekend?
The people around me, the people I surround myself with, being kind of tailored towards me, my attributes, the positives I have, the negatives I have, they're able to kind of manipulate those just for me. Like everything's tailored to me. It's not tailored to the whole room. Okay. So, everyone's focused on me. They give me all the effort. We fix my holes. Technically, like, I think I'm very sound. I'm very good. But sometimes mentally is always the issue, or has been the issue. So they're able to fix that for me. They're able to focus and keep me focused on the positives, keep me focused on the strategy or the game plan that we have. And just, they remind me, like, hey, this is nothing new. Like, we've done this many, many times. Like, don't let the stress and I sometimes I used to focus on the negative a lot. I'd focus on what he was going to do, what he's really good at, and then it would make me question, am I that good? But it's like I've trained with guys like them or guys better, and I'll dog walk those guys. And it's not like a one-day thing, like where, he just was a bad day. No, like for time, I beat these guys. So it's like, and then you have these fights where I show up and I just dominate guys that you never think of it. So it's like the skills are always there. It's just sometimes I'm not focused or not mentally mature enough maybe. And I feel like the people that I've surrounded myself with have made sure to keep me accountable and on that sharpness that I need to be in order to perform at my best.
So what do you think realistically the reward for getting a finish against RDR this weekend would be? Because, I mean, Imavov, obviously he's going to have the bragging rights in the fight there, but does it get you a fight with Dricus? I know Strickland's coming back off suspension. We could run that one back. Like, realistically, what is the reward for other than the W this weekend? Like, looking further than that, what's the reward?
Yeah, so my thing was always, man, I lost to Fluffy, and I was like, fuck, I just didn't perform, whatever. 3 more, and I'll fight. Hopefully within 3, I'll fight for a belt. So Vittoria 1, De Ridder 2. Chimaev, obviously, he's the champion, so he has influence. He has a say so somewhat. And if he says my name, then maybe the UFC approves that, and we run that. But I'm kind of like in agreement with you. Like, we still have Dricus, who I've been asking for since he came into the UFC. Sean's still there. I would love to run that back. Only problem with Sean is, like, if I beat him, does it get me a title shot? Does it secure the title shot? Beating Dricus does. He's a former champion. Even though he got dominated, he was still the champion. But either way, one of those 2 guys is hopefully the look to add a former champion to my resume is what I'm looking to do.
Sure. And then what about a guy like Adesanya? Where do you think his next fight is? Just, I mean, like you said, former champion, but a guy that's kind of had a couple of stumbles in his last few fights. Like, is that a guy you think is on his way out, or do you think he can still climb back up?
I think it's kind of done for him, to be honest. Like, could he still win fights? For sure. Be a champion again? No, I don't. I think it's just out of the realm. Like, he had his time. He was very dominant in his time. He did what he did. He made a lot of money, made a lot of fame, and I think he's fine, So I think, like, when you have that kind of rise, and, I mean, fuck, he was at the top for a minute. So when you have that and you're very secure in your life, everything's good. Like, you don't need money. You don't need the fame anymore. Like, what's your true motivation to get back to the title? Like, you've already had it before. You've been there. So I think, like, motivation's one thing, but also evolution's real. Like, he's been in some wars. He's those weigh on your body. So I think it's him being a champion. I don't think will ever happen again. But him winning fights, he can for sure do that. He can definitely beat guys.
Alexander Volkov was recently spotted in the middle of a mosh pit at a Slaughter to Prevail concert, which is like a heavy metal band. Obviously, nobody's going near him because it's not only is he a giant, but he's a UFC heavyweight. Could we ever see you? I know he's on tour right now. Could we ever see you in the middle of a NBA YoungBoy concert, like with the fans there? Because I've seen those concerts are pretty hectic.
No, brother, I don't think you're gonna see me in that. I've been in, like, one mosh pit in college, like, just in a little bar, and I didn't like that shit. I shoved that dude all the way across there. I don't like that. That's why I don't like crowds, because I don't like people bumping into me, and, like, I don't know, man. I'm very, like, to myself. Like, I just like my personal space.
What concert was it?
It wasn't even a concert. It was just a bar. Like, I was just in college. Like, it was like college night. You know, it was just that college night. So I just went out for that. But yeah, man, I just don't like crowds. Again, I like my personal space. I like, doing things how I want to do them. I don't know. I just don't like people.
The LSU football crowd wasn't your thing, eh?
No, I like LSU football, but they're not like. Usually, I go with 4 or 5 friends, or like 2 friends and my wife and stuff. So like I sit in the middle. So it's fair. And then when I go like down to see the guys and stuff, like now I know Patrick Kelly and like Whit Weeks and like some of the players and stuff. So it's cool to like interact with some of them, and I like that kind of stuff. But if it was just me by myself, no, you wouldn't see me going, to be honest with you, unless I was like on the field, like to my own area. But in the stands, no, man, not by myself.
Let's finish it with this. For everybody tuning in this weekend, for the Canadians that are coming out, why should they cheer for Brendan Allen this weekend?
Because I'm going to come to put on a fight no matter what. I'm coming to put on a banger. I'm coming to put damage on him and see how long he can take it.
Could we see you with the Canadian flag this weekend?
If someone gives one to me, then
yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I said, this is all about paying respects and homage to my mom's side of my family in their homeland. So yeah, half my blood is Canadian, technically. Obviously, I'm a Louisiana boy at heart. That's where my home is. That's where everything that I love the most is. But my blood is my blood. So I'm gonna go out there and put on a show for, half of my people. I guess you'd say half of my bloodline.
True North, strong and free. Brendan Allen in the 604 this weekend. Somebody bring him a flag. Anyways, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.